has a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 20. The 8-yard line.
On the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop. On second down, here's Kaepernick. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up
an incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
3-yard line.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
Okay, every now and then, my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. He's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the Colts.
Kaepernick to throw on second down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. 27 yards there, a first down.
10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Taken down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
A 36-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 3rd down, Rivers. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
There's Myles Garrett forcing another offensive lineman to yell, look out, to his quarterback as he ends up putting him on the deck. 30.5 sacks in his first 3 seasons. Easily one of the best 3-down defensive ends in the NFL.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. And that'll be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that, trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. picked off by Corey Willis. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Take over first
and he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
It's a gain of a yard.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Flush. The Browns are in. Touchdown.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Browns 10, Colts nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Looking deep for Hilton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Handoff comes to Chubb, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
At the 32-yard line.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. That's going to be caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Rolling to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Ready? 380. Easy, easy. Slap. Jam. Tight go. Show him up. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run here with Mack. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw here for Rivers. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
40-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Rivers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Colts.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something that feels somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Rivers hands this one to Mack. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down.
for Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, there's something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Williams on the tackle.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
The ball carrier. The tackle made by Malik Hooker.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick steps away to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
And the Colts.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. And now it's 2nd down. 3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Mack. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
To throw on third down, Rivers. The Browns D locked in on third down, brings up fourth.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away.
54-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. Blitz coming, and down he goes. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
By the Colts.
And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 33 and a first. He came right off the bench. That's his first carry of the game, and he left an indelible mark on the game.
Did not just bring fresh legs off the bench. He brought a fierce mind as well. He had a lot to prove, didn't he? He thinks he's as good as the guy who's the starter. Wanted to prove it, and boy, did he on that play.
At the 4-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Browns 24, Colts 10.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. He's got it, and it's 24-17.
Makes the score Browns 24, Colts 17.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Brings up second.
Here now is 2nd and 10. Again from the 41.
Hey, 91.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillendown as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Marlon Mack.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brought down by
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. And some room to work. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Rodgers on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Yards to go.
They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Play fake. Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rivers again. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Riley Harrison. And the return will stop right around the 25. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they can pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Cleveland, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take